Monday, day 4 of my attempt to do a 7-day shave with a different razor and a different soap every single time. So yesterday's was with 2 razors, a lovely Sheffield 6/8, which is winging its way to Northern Ireland today. I hope Anthony will be happy with it. It gave a wonderful shave, so I'm sure he will be. And that was against a lovely Puma, which had an edge, I think I'm right in saying, a J-nut edge put on by the masterful Kim Matthias. Anyway, today I'm going to break the mould a little bit. I'm going to use Matti Lindholm's wonderful soap. Does some wonderful creations. I watched Matti's video today about his car, well, I think his wife's car, and he was very happy, and we all need to be happy. So I'm going to try to lather up a little bit, and then I'm going to shave with something which is a true aristocrat amongst all razors, and I think you'll agree once you see it. I brought it from Italy. Not that I've been to Italy, but I bought it. It came out of Italy 2 years ago. And I very lovingly, very cautiously restored little bits of it. Didn't need a lot. But what I'm trying to get round to is, it's a Series 1 Filarmonica Especial. Now, as we all know, Filarmonica are the king of the antique, vintage razors, and the Especial is a very, very, very lovely one. This one is a very, very old one, and I thought I'd just bore you to death while I'm lathering up by telling you a little bit about its history. Now, apparently, the wonderful Filarmonica company with the Powell in charge would actually let its razors go if there were sufficient numbers bought to any retailer who wanted his name on the box. So this one has I think it would be a retailer of razors. I'm not actually certain, but there's the box. As you can see, even the box is in very good condition. Cotelle or Cotel Alencon. So I think that will have been specifically made and stamped for that particular outlet. But here's what's interesting. The early razors, particularly the Especials, weren't what you or I would call a true 8/8. Now they've got 14 on them. They are in fact 7/8, because 7/8 was by then the most popular razor size that you could get. So I think wisely they catered for what was most popular. Later they made them a true 8/8, and you know, they're beautiful big blades. But this one, I shall now show you. As you can see, it has the curved address, but it has the very rare eagle. So it's curved address with eagle, with 14, and as you can see, the gold panel has Filarmonica Especial, and I love the Jose Montserrat Powell address. When you see a curved address, you know it's really, really early. So this one is an early razor, and as you can see, it's not quite the full 8/8. But I shaved with it only a couple of times, and it was it's wonderful. Let's see how it compares today against yesterday's shave. Yesterday's shave I was very happy with. It was with a nice classic Sheffield 6/8 with a lovely etched 333 on the blade. Yeah, this is quality. Also, just to show I don't always put a synthetic edge on. This is actually about a year old now, the edge, but this is on an Arkansas, a surgical black Arkansas, and as I've always said, if if it's a Filarmonica, you can sharpen it on a house brick and it'll still give you a good shave. Of course, they are the ultimate steel. Yeah, that's just crisp. I should shut up and just let you listen. Yeah. Yeah, that's really nice. I would say though, in deference to the Gukomyu Suhilu 20K, this on a JNAT, even though this is probably one of the finest razors ever made, I'd still say a modern razor with a 20K edge is as good, if not better. So there. It's my 2 penny worth. But I did find it a bit of a revelation that the very early Filarmonica Specials aren't big blades. They varied according to who wanted them. So if this gentleman in Alencon wanted, you know, I don't know, 2-3 dozen, then Filarmonica would say, yeah, fine. You want them 7/8? You got them 7/8, which was the most selling of all the blades. And I can understand it. I've always found 7/8, 8/8 to be, what was all coming off, to be actually a very, very convenient size. You should be able to get along with anything I do. Yeah, this isn't going to need very much. Yesterday's shave I wrecked because I went out rollerblading all afternoon on the seafront, and it was actually unheard of. It was actually sunny. Yes, on the south coast in England, sunny. So anyway, my poor old skin isn't used to sunshine, and yeah, so I ventured forth with my 2 buddies, Gianluca Polisi, wonderful guy, and Hisham Baloui, who is of course my Moroccan barber, good buddy. Anyway, as I skated and sat and talked and chatted to the girls, befriended odd dogs, and generally had a very nice time, we then went for a nice little skate into the town, which of course, as people don't realise, you can actually inline skate on any surface, including roads, legally, which you can't do with a skateboard, be that as it may. Oh, this is nice. Now what I'm doing now is almost repeating the first pass, for the simple reason that I fried myself yesterday and I felt a very slight irritation. You know, when you're not used to that amount of sun. So I thought, yeah, I'll go easy today. I'm still going to give it a competent shave. Yeah. So, old steel. Yeah. It has its charms. But there's a feeling of, I don't know, a sort of a antiqueness about it, which you don't feel that you're the only owner. There are other people who have owned it and loved it before. Whereas when you get a beautiful new custom razor, I'm deeply envious of a certain person in Nottingham, Gary, because Gary Hayward's got himself a nice new razor coming. He's got a new Korat. For those who've not shaved with a Korats are made in Riga. As two brothers, I believe. And unfortunately, one of them is not very well, I believe. So the other one's taking over. I haven't bought directly from them, but I'd like to. Their steel is made from ball bearing steel, and it's as hard as itchel, and is absolutely beautiful. I have got a Korak, standard black scaled Korak, and magnificent. Also, they're not particularly expensive, but I would say if you haven't had one, I'd get one. They are a quarter hollow, almost a wedge, which normally I'd protest about, but because they're made from the best steel, they're one of the very few custom razors. Well, this is not quite fair. Mine was second hand. I'm not that rich, but because it was second hand, the very kind gentleman who had owned it before me had a magnificent edge on it. And I haven't touched it. I shaved it a few weeks back, and it was lovely, absolutely lovely. A very different feel, and a very slightly different technique. Of course, it is a very stiff blade, an extremely heavy blade. So if you're used to very, very light, ultra hollow ground, 5/8 size of razor, you'd find the core a bit of a challenge at first, but it's beautiful. In fact, wiser heads than me, who've been shaving a lot longer than I have with straight edges, they will say the best shave that you can get is actually with a very rigid blade. But I would dispute that. I've always been a lover of Filarmonicas. Let me just say, before I finish, a little word about this particular Matti Lindholm soap. This one is a black acer spirit. It's black pepper, basil and lime scent. It's got a lovely fresh but slightly peppery smell. After spending a lifetime in military antiques and messing about with steel, I can smell it. Yes, I can. Yeah, very refreshing. Slightly spicy. Well, I know nothing. The longer I live, the less I know. Anyway, just to finish this one off. So this is shave 4. I'm a bit late today, I do apologise. I would honestly say my shave yesterday with the 6/8 English razor and the Puma, I couldn't tell. Whereas a few weeks ago I'd have said, give me a filly every time. Gimme. Because fillies are magnificent. However, do you know what? I just do a couple of little light passes and I'm done. Yep. There's always a bit on the neck, isn't there? There's always a few odd, stiff lower hairs. Not any longer. Couple there and then I'm done. Is the nose area all right? Yes, it is. Oh, I always get a little bit around the mouth. By the way, it's raining outside. But it would be, it's the middle of August. And it's an English summer. Worst summer I can remember. I don't know what we've done to anger the gods. We truly have angered them this year. Perhaps we should sacrifice some virgins to bring us better weather. You'd have a job in Littlehampton to find any. However, oh, this is good. Yeah, that's it. Can't say more than that. Perfect shave. I'm not going to go crackers and go over 6 or 7 times. You'll be bored to tears. All I would say is, would you like a last look at this astonishingly beautiful razor? Old school, like me, very old school. Just wiping it. Got to be very careful with razors. What I always use, here's a little tip. Here's a pipe cleaner. Put the pipe cleaner in the scales. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Takes out any residual moisture. Because the last thing you want with a beautiful antique typey razor is to damage it with your, well, neglect, shall we say. Anyway, that's it. That's the scales completely dry. They're dry inside, they're dry outside. There's this masterpiece of steel. Look at that. Isn't that a joy? Considerably older than me. That's saying something. Anyway, chaps, thank you so much. I'm not going to splash alum all over me today. I'm just going to put a bit of soap over it, a bit of cold water, and I'm done. There you go. There you have it. One Philly Especial, very old. I would probably say 1920s. Anyway, on that happy note, see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.